He was called a genius, a rebel, and even a mad scientist. But what if I told you that Albert Einstein, yes, the man who changed physics, forever had a past filled with struggle, rejection, and controversy? From failing school to escaping Nazi Germany, his life was anything but ordinary. Stay tuned as we unravel the shocking truths and untold stories behind the man who redefined the universe itself. This is Einstein, Exposed. 1. The early year. Born on March 14, 1879, in Ulm, Germany, Albert Einstein's early life was anything but extraordinary. He was a quiet child who spoke late, leading his parents to worry about his intelligence. However, young Albert had a deep curiosity about the natural world. A simple pocket compass given to him by his father sparked his fascination with invisible forces. While other children played, Albert was lost in thought, pondering the mysteries of the universe. This insatiable curiosity would shape the rest of his life. Despite his slow start in speaking, he demonstrated an incredible ability to think abstractly from a young age. His mother, Pauline, recognized his potential and encouraged him to explore music, introducing him to the violin. Music became a lifelong passion that he often used to help him think through complex problems. Additionally, his father, Hermann, and uncle, Jacob, nurtured his love for science by introducing him to algebra and engineering concepts. By the time he was a teenager, Einstein was already self-studying advanced mathematics and physics, far beyond what his school curriculum offered. Though he struggled with formal schooling, his independent learning would prove to be the foundation of his future discoveries. His relentless curiosity and determination to understand the universe would set him on the path to becoming one of history's greatest scientific minds. 2. Societal struggles and rebellion. Despite his later reputation as a genius, Einstein was far from a model student. He despised the rigid, memorization-heavy German education system, and often clashed with teachers who found his independent thinking disruptive. At the age of 16, he dropped out, refusing to conform to an education system that stifled creativity. His grades were inconsistent, but his love for learning was boundless. Against all odds, he managed to enroll at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology in Zurich, where he would begin his journey into scientific greatness. Though he struggled with formal education, he thrived in subjects that truly interested him, such as mathematics and physics. His rebellious nature led him to challenge authority, often questioning his professors rather than accepting their teachings at face value. This tendency sometimes made him unpopular with instructors, but it also sharpened his ability to think critically. During his time in Zurich, he formed friendships with like-minded intellectuals who encouraged his unconventional approach to learning. He spent countless hours in libraries, devouring books on advanced physics theories that were not yet part of the standard curriculum. Despite facing skepticism from some of his professors, Einstein's ability to approach problems from unique angles set him apart from his peers. His time at the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology laid the foundation for the revolutionary scientific contributions he would later make. 3. Love, family, and personal strategies. Einstein's personal life was just as turbulent as his academic journey. During his time in Zurich, he met Mileva Marek, a fellow physics student. Their relationship was unconventional, and they had a secret daughter named Liesel, whose fate remains unknown. Some believe she was adopted, while others claim she died young. Einstein and Mileva eventually married and had 2 sons, but their relationship became strained, leading to divorce. Later, Einstein married his cousin, Elsa, further complicating his personal life. His marriage to Mileva was filled with intellectual camaraderie, but also emotional distance. While they initially bonded over physics, their differing personalities and Einstein's growing detachment created friction. He often immersed himself in work, leaving Mileva to care for their children alone. After their separation, Einstein continued to have complicated relationships, with rumors of multiple affairs surfacing over the years. His letters later revealed a list of strict conditions he imposed on Mileva before their divorce, including demands about household chores and personal space. Despite his emotional struggles, his second marriage to Elsa provided some stability, though it too was not without challenges. Einstein's personal life reflected the complexity of his mind, brilliant in science, but often conflicted in human relationships. 4. The Miracular Year. 1905 was the year that changed everything for Einstein and for the world of physics. Dubbed his Miracle Year, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers in the annals of physics, each of which revolutionized a different aspect of science. These papers covered the photoelectric effect, Brownian motion, special relativity, and the famous equation E=mc². However, his ideas were not immediately accepted by the scientific community. It would take years before he received the recognition he deserved. These discoveries laid the foundation for multiple branches of modern physics. The photoelectric effect eventually led to quantum mechanics, influencing scientists like Niels Bohr and Werner Heisenberg. Brownian motion provided direct evidence for the atomic theory, strengthening belief in the existence of molecules. Special relativity shattered classical physics, introducing the idea that time and space are not absolute but relative to the observer. His equation, E=mc², demonstrated the equivalence of mass and energy, a concept that would later play a crucial role in nuclear energy and weaponry. Despite skepticism, these breakthroughs were too profound to ignore, eventually changing the entire landscape of theoretical physics. 5. Rising fame and Nobel. Despite his revolutionary work, Einstein did not receive a Nobel Prize for his theory of relativity. Instead, in 1921, he was awarded the prize for his explanation of the photoelectric effect, which laid the foundation for quantum mechanics. This moment catapulted him to international fame, and he became a household name. From meeting world leaders to giving lectures across the globe, Einstein had become the face of modern science. But fame also brought challenges, as he struggled with the pressures of the public eye. With his newfound status, Einstein became an icon of intellectual achievement, yet he often felt misunderstood. The media frequently misrepresented his views, attributing to him ideas he had never supported. He was overwhelmed by constant public attention, with letters and invitations pouring in from every corner of the world. Though he remained humble, the burden of expectations weighed heavily on him. He found solace in his music, playing the violin to escape the chaos of fame. However, despite his reluctance to embrace celebrity status, he used his platform to advocate for social justice and humanitarian causes. His voice carried weight not just in science, but in global affairs as well. Even as the world revered him, Einstein remained, at heart, a curious thinker seeking deeper truth. 6. Escape from Nazi Germany. As Hitler rose to power in the 1930s, Jewish intellectuals were increasingly persecuted, and Einstein was no exception. His books were burned, and his name was condemned by the Nazi regime. Recognizing the danger, he fled Germany and sought refuge in the United States. He accepted a position at Princeton University, where he would spend the rest of his career. Despite his pacifist beliefs, He played a crucial role in warning the US about Nazi Germany's nuclear ambitions, indirectly contributing to the Manhattan Project. Einstein's decision to leave Germany was not an easy one, as he had deep ties to the scientific community there. However, the Nazi regime labeled him an enemy of the state, forcing him into exile. Upon arriving in the United States, he became an outspoken critic of fascism and totalitarian rule. He also used his growing influence to help other Jewish scientists escape persecution. While he was initially hesitant about nuclear weapons, he later acknowledged the importance of stopping Hitler's potential nuclear program. The irony of his involvement in nuclear advancements weighed heavily on him, leading him to become a passionate advocate for nuclear disarmament. His actions during this period demonstrated both his intellectual brilliance and moral struggle. 7. The Manhattan Projects and reshaped. As Hitler rose to power in the 1930s, Jewish intellectuals were increasingly persecuted, and Einstein was no exception. His books were burned, and his name was condemned by the Nazi regime. Recognizing the danger, he fled Germany and sought refuge in the United States. He accepted a position at Princeton University, where he would spend the rest of his career. Despite his pacifist beliefs, he played a crucial role in warning the US about Nazi Germany's nuclear ambitions, indirectly contributing to the Manhattan Project. Einstein's decision to leave Germany was not an easy one, as he had deep ties to the scientific community there. However, the Nazi regime labeled him an enemy of the state, forcing him into exile. Upon arriving in the US, he became an outspoken critic of fascism and totalitarian rule. He also used his growing influence to help other Jewish scientists escape persecution. While he was initially hesitant about nuclear weapons, he later acknowledged the importance of stopping Hitler's potential nuclear program. The irony of his involvement in nuclear advancements weighed heavily on him, leading him to become a passionate advocate for nuclear disarmament. His actions during this period demonstrated both his intellectual brilliance and moral struggle. 8. His final years and data. In his later years, Einstein continued working on a unified field theory, an attempt to explain all physical forces within a single framework. Despite his declining health, he remained intellectually active, corresponding with fellow scientists and advocating for civil rights and world peace. On April 18, 1955, Einstein passed away at the age of 76. His final words, spoken in German, were lost forever as the attending nurse did not understand the language. His legacy, however, lives on. His contributions to science remain fundamental in modern physics, with researchers still exploring his theories. Many of his predictions, once deemed speculative, have been confirmed through advanced experiments and space explorations. His stance on pacifism and social justice continues to inspire activists and leaders worldwide. The image of Einstein, with his wild hair and playful spirit, has become a symbol of genius itself. Schools, universities, and research institutions proudly bear his name, ensuring his intellectual influence endures. His famous equation, E=Mach2, remains one of the most recognized scientific formulas globally. Even in the digital age, Einstein's work sparks curiosity, making him a timeless icon of human intellect and creativity. 9. Einstein's brain. The Mystery News. After his death, Einstein's brain was removed without his family's permission by pathologist Thomas Stoltz Harvey. He hoped to uncover the secrets of Einstein's genius, but decades of analysis have yielded mixed results. Some studies suggest unusual brain structures contributed to his intelligence, while others argue there was nothing extraordinary about his brain at all. The mystery remains, fueling debates in neuroscience and psychology. Harvey meticulously documented Einstein's brain, taking detailed photographs before dissecting it into 240 blocks. He distributed these samples to researchers worldwide, hoping to unlock the secrets of intelligence. Studies later found that Einstein's brain had an unusually high number of glial cells, which support and enhance neural functions. Additionally, his parietal lobes were 15% wider than average, possibly contributing to his exceptional mathematical and spatial reasoning. However, skeptics argue that intelligence is too complex to be attributed solely to brain anatomy. The unauthorized removal and distribution of his brain also sparked ethical controversies, raising questions about scientific boundaries. Despite decades of study, the true source of Einstein's genius remains an enigma, blending nature, nurture, and an insatiable curiosity for the unknown. 10. Einsteins implicit on modern physics. Even today, Einstein's theories shape our understanding of the universe. His work paved the way for GPS technology, space exploration, and even black hole research. The recent discovery of gravitational waves predicted by Einstein a century earlier demonstrates the enduring power of his ideas. Scientists continue to build upon his theories, pushing the boundaries of what we know about space, time, and reality itself. Albert Einstein wasn't just a scientist, he was a visionary, a thinker, and a man who reshaped the very fabric of reality. His journey was filled with obstacles, heartbreak, and relentless curiosity. So, the next time you hear E equals mc2, remember the extraordinary man behind it. This has been Einstein XPOZ. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the life of one of history's greatest minds, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible stories.